Hi everyone. We're just doing a bit of a behind the scenes of who's working with Klaasen Lighting Design. Today joining me is Janessa. Janessa is a lighting designer that works with Klaasen Lighting Design, and she's part of our team. And we thought we'd just do a little bit of a deep dive and get to know the different people behind the scenes who make Klaasen Lighting Design work in the background. So thanks for joining me, Janessa. Maybe you can just introduce yourself as well a little bit. Tell me about yourself and how long you've been working here with Klaasen Lighting Design.
So my name is Janessa, and I've actually been working with KLD for 3 years, since August 2019. So it's been quite a fulfilling experience, I would say. I've been in many different fields before this. Yes, so it's a different experience.
Okay, what were you doing before?
I've been in logistics, I've been in procurement, I've been in sales. I've also been in dental surgical field. Yeah.
What kind of drew you into lighting design? What sort of attracted you?
My education background is actually in interior architecture and design.
Oh, right.
So yes. So the thing about lighting design, it's very niche. It's a very niche area in design. Yeah. So this may seem a little bit weird, because when I was doing my internship, I had to lug around like 4 or 5 material boards and the materials around the office. I always look like I'm trying to steal something and run away, because I have to carry so many samples just to look for a place that has, I would say, proper lighting for me to actually match and find the material that I need. So I actually spend most of my time walking around the office, like holding the material boards, trying to find the lighting that I can see the colors and all that. Yeah. So then I started thinking about, is it the material problem, or is it like my eyesight, or is it the lighting itself in the place that is what is the problem?
Very interesting. And when you started with Klaasen Lighting Design, or even when you started in the lighting design industry altogether, what did you hope to achieve by joining, and have you achieved it?
I will have to be very honest that I actually don't have anything that I wanted. I did not know what I wanted when I first joined KLD. The only thing that I came in on the first day of work was that I'm going to learn something. I don't know what, but I'm going to learn something from this. Yeah. So I would say I somewhat achieved what I wanted to, like my goal of learning. But if you were to ask me in all honesty, I don't think it's 100%.
Yeah.
It is not the company, it's not a personal thing. It's just that because of how everything is changing right now, you can't really stop learning. It's a continual process.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I completely understand that. Within, I guess, that sort of leads us on to sort of thinking about lighting design itself. Is there anything specifically, maybe a topic within lighting that you're particularly passionate about, and maybe why that's so interesting for you?
I would have to say, I don't really have a name for this topic.
Yeah.
But it's actually how lighting actually affects our daily lives as a person. Because of technology, we tend to do pictures, we tend to post on Instagram, on social media, and it's actually a big part of our lives now. So, for example, I'm able to meet someone that I've not seen in 5 years or 10 years, And at that moment, I do want to capture our meeting or something that I really liked about it. But I find that most of the lighting right now does not allow us to do that. It does not give us the best rendition of the scene or the image that we would like to keep and show others. So to me, I find that it's something that we should, like more lighting designers should actually consider about, rather than just comfort and all that, because as of right now, comfort can be met fairly easily with the correct design, with the correct fittings. But for someone to actually keep that memory, it's not, I would say it's not accomplished yet. Yeah. And not many have been able to do so.
If you could change one thing about the lighting design industry, and it might be related to what you've just told us, if there's anything that you would change about the lighting design industry, what would it be?
I would have to say nothing. Because first, Heraclitus actually said that change is the only constant in life. But what good does it do for us as lighting designers, or even for suppliers and manufacturers, if we try to reinvent the wheel by changing the industry itself? The industry itself has been around and is established by our predecessors and all the efforts that they have done. So I don't see the reason why people keep asking, do you want to change the industry? How do you think we can change the industry? It is not where what we say that can change the industry. It's not what we want or what we would like to do. It's more of the industry is changing. So how can we change ourselves to suit to the industry? Yeah. You know, you can only control so many things, and one of it is yourself, your company, you know, people that work under you. You can't really control the entire world of the industry. So I would say that changing myself to suit the technological changes, development is more important than changing the design industry itself.
Yeah, I think that's a really fair point. I think that you can control the things that you have, like within your own team, and the way that you approach lighting design yourself as a person. So I think, yeah, very good point there. Now that leads me on to the next question. What is something interesting that you have learned so far in your career in lighting design?
During my time as a lighting designer with KLD, the thing that I found the most interesting is actually the effect of different lighting. So different designers have different philosophies on how they go about, how they approach lighting design. And it's actually quite interesting because even in the same company, we can have very different design philosophies and approaches that we actually tend to give a different effect even using the same fittings. So it's actually quite interesting how some people can actually produce like really good lighting designs and come up with something that people want to remember, want to capture, and they love. And some can actually use the same thing and try to recreate, but it doesn't work out the same way.
I guess that's also shaped a bit like your appreciation for lighting design, right? Over sort of the course of you being part of it. I guess, has that, am I right in saying that it's sort of helped that in a way?
Definitely. I would have to be honest, before I actually embarked, or rather got in contact with design in any form, I wouldn't pay attention to lighting or any part of the design. It's just purely, oh, this looks nice, and that's it. Yeah. You know, or that doesn't look very nice. It looks weird, and that's about it. But right now, I would say that I'm more aware of my surroundings. So I would tend to take notice of how the lighting is in the place that I visit, or the fittings and how it's done. So I would definitely say, yes, it has affected me in a sense.
Yeah.
It has also made me more, I would say, critical of images that I take as well. Because now I'm always looking for like good lighting that I can actually take of any object or people.
Fantastic. And just finally, also, what's the favorite part of your job? If you have a favorite part of your job.
I actually have two parts of my job that I really like. The first one is actually designing the lighting for small spaces and projects that I'm involved in. Specifically small spaces, not the big ones.
They're probably more challenging, right? The small spaces.
Yes, definitely. Because you don't know if you put too many and you think like, oh, it's too bright, but actually it's not that bright.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conflicting decisions to be made.
Yeah.
And the second part that I like is actually the TNC, tender and commissioning.
Yeah.
That's actually like hands down my favorite, like the most top favorite part of the job.
Yeah.
I would say it's a bit tiring to be running out on site, having to deal with like people who don't want to listen to you. But once you actually experience it and you see the final result, it's very satisfying because you are able to see different designs and you are able to bring them to life, make them a reality. And that's the kind of satisfaction that I feel after the TNC and after the designing process.
Yeah, it's where all your hard work comes to fruition and you can see the final result come together. Cool. Well, I think that's given us a really good insight to Janessa as the person and where you sort of came into lighting design and joining us in Klaasen Lighting Design as part of the team. Is there any last words or any last things that you sort of would like to add, or?
This is more a generic thing, but I think that more people should learn to appreciate lighting as a component on its own rather than an accessory, rather than a second choice, a second priority. Because people tend to look at lighting as a minor thing because it's not as important to them, but it makes a lot of difference. So I just hope that more people will actually understand that and give more importance to lighting rather than saying that, lighting is a small thing, we don't have to care about it. It doesn't affect much, but actually it does. It changes your mood, it affects how you work. It's part of daily life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, thank you very much for joining me and giving us a little insight to who you are and your thoughts about lighting design and also what it's like and what it has been like for you to be part of the team. So thank you very much for joining us. And
thank you for having me.
Thanks again, and we'll see you later.